the best equipment. That's why they sell Powder River. It truly does stand the test of time. Powder River is a name you can trust. From cattle handling systems to gates and feeders, Powder River makes equipment for life. Come see for yourself at Valley Vet Supply on Highway 36 in Marysville.
This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Visit GoCurrency.com. And by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at LibertyFirstCU.com.
And welcome to Crete, Nebraska Senior Night. And what better of an occasion to have a 1 versus 2 matchup as the undefeated Cardinals host number 2 Wahoo. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, and Josh Lill with you for all of the action. Andy, it is electric here in the Crete gym, and why wouldn't it be when you look at the matchup we have before us?
Yeah, the pep band got the memo, didn't they? 1 versus 2 senior night, all the things here tonight in Crete. And we have 2 teams that really mirror one another. Much like the girls, teams both like to run, push the tempo. The boys really like to push the tempo.
Crete, number 1 in Class B. They are undefeated at 17-0. You look at Wahoo, they are coming off a loss in their conference championship. 2 of their 3 losses are to Ashland Greenwood, who's a top 3 team in Class C1. Their only other loss to Norris, a top 5 team. This is a very battle-tested team. We're expecting a great one, Andy, and let's just jump right in and talk about some of these key players. 2 of the best guards in the state. Yeah. First off for Crete, Aiden McDowell. This guy's been starting since he's a freshman, now a senior, averaging just 19 points a contest.
He's always a fantastic spot-up shooter, 4-year starter. He can really extend it out, but his ball handling, his rebounding, his passing has all gotten to be top-notch over the years. He is the straw that stirs the drink for the Cardinals.
Now, 19 points a game, that's pretty good, but Marcus Glock for Wahoo says, I can one-up you, Aiden. He is averaging 24 points a contest, shooting 44% from beyond the arc, 48% from the field.
And he does such a good job of getting others involved, a true point guard, but he has that scoring mentality. Coach Heath challenged him in the offseason and said, I need you to be more involved, and he must know how to push the right buttons because his rebounding has gone through the roof from his junior year now to his senior campaign.
It's 1 versus 2 here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll hear from coaches next on NCN.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings. And award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil, your first and last stop to and from the game. By USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
From the moment you realized you needed ongoing care, to the long conversations with loved ones and the scare of having to leave the home you've lived in for so many years, to the moment you realized you didn't have to meeting your caregiver for the first time and those initial fears turning into new friendships, to the moment you felt more supported than you have in a really long time.
Thank you.
We've been here for you, just around the corner. Columbus Community Hospital.
With me is the head coach of the Wahoo Warriors in his 23rd season, Kevin Sheaf. Coach, you take on the top team in Class B tonight. What have you done to prepare your team for such a high-intensity matchup?
Well, we played on Tuesday, so we haven't had a ton of time to get ready. But we know how good they are. They're a great team. They're well coached. They kind of have all the parts. We're going to have to play really well tonight and give ourselves a chance.
With this being the best team you face tonight, who will you be relying on the most to get you to the finish line?
It's going to be a team thing. Not one guy is going to be able to carry us against these guys. They're very talented, but you know we've kind of rode Marcus Glock all year, and he's going to need a big night, but he's going to need some help as well.
And Coach, good chemistry wins big games. What can you tell me about the chemistry of this team and how will it impact the result tonight?
Yeah, our chemistry to this point has been really good. The kids like each other, they get along well, they share it well. We just got to hope that continues.
Coach Chief, good luck tonight. Brandon and Andy, back to you guys.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
With me is the head coach of the Crete Cardinals, Tony Siski. Coach, you're the top team in Class B. What are you doing to keep your team level-headed, not just tonight, but throughout the season?
Well, you know, it's not something we focus on for sure. It's just trying to concentrate every day in practice, every game that we've got coming up, and just worrying about us and how much we can improve each day.
You're a fundamental team that does a lot of things right. What is something that even coming into this match that you're looking to improve on?
Always just, right now we're just preaching to our kids to make the right play. We have a lot of kids that can do it themselves, but just continue to trust each other, make the right play, and make the game easy.
Coach, it is no secret that Marcus Glock on the other part of the court is one of the best players in Nebraska. What is your squad going to do to limit his production?
Well, we got to give him a lot of attention, and everyone does. And they've seen all sorts of things, face guard, triangle and two, box and one. But we just got to know when he's got it. We've got to kind of shrink the floor on him. We want to be up in his space. He's going to make some tough shots, and that's what we've told our kids. We've got to make him take the shots, the tough ones, and when he makes it, we can't be surprised. We just got to go back on the offensive.
Coach Siski, good luck tonight. Brandon and Andy, back to you guys.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
6.5 minutes until 1 versus 2 here on News Channel Nebraska. Let's take a look at our school spotlight, brought to you by Currency. If you need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items, Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com today. Crete, Southeast Nebraska in Saline County, enrollment of 530. And this is a proud boys program, Andy. 3 state championships, 1932, 69, and 75. They have the caliber of a team right now this season to get a 4th championship. They also have 6 runner-ups.
Yeah, head coach Tony Siski has another team ranked #1 in the state looking to make a run at the state tournament. Surprise, surprise, but it's been a process, and now they got the seniors and juniors to make that run.
Flip side for Wahoo, you're talking basketball royalty.
Yeah.
Town of just shy of 5,000 in Saunders County. You look at Wahoo, you count them. 11 state titles, the first in 1926, most recently in 2018. They are always a contender in Class C1.
Yeah, and we were there to do that game in 2018. What a fantastic game it was. Kevin Sheep, just such a humble coach, really puts it back on the players and challenges players, and boy, do they respond.
Looking forward to a great one here on News Channel Nebraska. #1, Crete, hosting #2, Wahoo. We're 5 minutes to tip. We'll be back.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Less than 3 to go before tip. We mentioned these teams' rankings and where they stand in the state. Andy, let's look specifically at the Lionscape. First off for Class B, Crete undefeated entering this week, 16-0. They're now 17-0 on the year. Norris, Elkhorn, Scotts Bluff, that rounds out the top 5. You talk about Wahoo, they have 3 losses, one of them to number 2 Class B Norris, right. Another to number 2 Class C1 Ashland Greenwood, but currently Crete is the team to beat, the perfect record in Class B.
Yeah, pretty impressive what Class B has really across the board, and a lot of teams in this area, right? Crete, Norris at the very tippy top of that.
Now in Class C1. Auburn leading the way. Those who will remember the Bulldogs, the 8th seed in last year's state tournament, upsetting Wahoo, who was the 1 seed. Coach Sheaf says he still loses sleep over how their season ended last year. Wahoo sitting at number 2. They do have a 3rd loss. As mentioned, 1 loss to Norris in Class B, the other 2 to number 4 Ashland Greenwood.
And right now tonight, Auburn having their way with Meade, currently 49-35. That is a final, so it looks like Auburn is going to stay right there, ranked at number 1. Will Wahoo be able to apply more pressure and knock off a very talented Class B team here on the road?
You heard Coach Sheaf say they will have to play their best basketball of the season. It's not going to be enough to just play hard against Crete. They need to also execute. But we are expecting a great contest here between the Cardinals and the Warriors. We are seconds away from the national anthem, so we'll take another break. Come back with starting lineups and a tip-off. Crete versus Wahoo, 1 versus 2. Thursday night basketball here on News Channel Nebraska.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't. But this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Ken's Use Safe Pharmacy in Crete. By Crete Public Schools, home of the Cardinals. and by Crete Lumber.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you gotta check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil, your first and last stop to and from the game. By USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer. NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Welcome back. Minutes away from tip-off. Wahoo's starting lineups for you right now. We talked about Marcus Glock and his 24 points a contest. He's supported by Kyler Elliott, Cody Hesser, Dylan Simons, and Eli Shada. You have Simons and Hesser also averaging double digits with 10 a game.
Yeah, fantastic height really across the board, 6'3", 6'4", 6'4". Wahoo can match up with a lot of teams in C1 and B with that length.
Which will be interesting because head coach Tony Siski also says the strength of his team is its length and athleticism across the board. As we are enjoying a video here produced by the Crete Strive team. Always appreciate when you see the additional multimedia put on by these school production groups.
A little bit of Hollywood here. You got to love it. It's on senior night. Definitely getting everyone hyped here in the gymnasium. Well, the home crowd hyped anyway.
So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy. Again, if you're just tuning in, Crete, they're only the #1 team in Class B, a perfect 17-0. If you'll remember, Andy, they're coming off last season. We televised that semifinal against Scott at Pinnacle Bank Arena. It came down to the final play. A game-winning shot was blocked by Omaha Scott at the last second. So this team that made it to the semis, they have aspirations and the talent to take it a step further this year.
Yeah, and everybody is a year older from that team. And you gotta just really love the development that you've seen from a top team last year to this year. Very imposing, as you mentioned, the length that head coach Tony Siski talks about. It's also just impressive how everyone plays their role, leans into their role, so unselfish with the basketball.
And here is the starting five. We talked about Aiden McDowell averaging 19. Kenner Sweetalk also in the starting five. Justice Gardner, younger brother of Jabin. Then you have Ben Ehlers and Trace Eggy. Ehlers averaging 12, Eggy averaging 10. That is your starting five for the undefeated and top-ranked Cardinals.
Yeah, the numbers bear out that unselfish nature I was talking about, where you have 3, 4 guys averaging double figures on the offensive end. Quite the atmosphere here, Brandon, for a 1 versus 2 matchup. Senior night, everything on the line here tonight in Crete, Nebraska. Good to see the wrestling team wrapped up practice, so they're energized, they're ready to go in the student section.
The wait's over. Glad that you're here. The Crete girls got the victory. Prior to this one, we'll see what this 1 versus 2 matchup has in store as we're now underway here on News Channel Nebraska. Both these teams pride themselves on their man-to-man defense.
Crete doing an excellent job of that opening possession, sealing off, not allowing for any penetration from the wing position.
Glock finding his buddy down low, and that's Ehlers with the rejection.
My goodness, you think you got something going. Ehlers there to erase it.
Active hands by the Warriors. Crete still with it. Gardner from the corner.
And Gardner is a banger inside. If he can leak out and get hot from beyond the perimeter, look out.
And then Gardner with the foul on the other end. We're almost 1 minute into this first quarter, which is brought to you by John Henry's. John Henry's, our family serving yours. Our first quarter sponsor here on NCN.
And that's what Marcus Glock can do for you. It's looking like a lot of momentum starting to shift towards Crete. Takes matters into his own hands, strong with the left hand, gets the foul, knocks down the front end of his free throws.
Glock, an excellent player in his own right. Over 1,300 points career at Wahoo. Not even close, though, to breaking the career scoring record. You know who that belongs to?
Oh my gosh, are you gonna talk about Dad?
It would be it bringing up Dad, Jason. Over 2,100 points back in the day for Wahoo.
You could say a basketball-minded family.
At 3 doesn't fall. And there, active hands from Eggy. He will be called for the reach.
Tonight's officials, Aaron Duker, Andrew Fitzke, and Jake Dillsaber. You're getting a taste of how these two teams really like to run and gun. They got a little bit of a workout in front of them here tonight.
And nearly stolen in transition. Instead, a 3 goes up from Eggy. No good. Simons with the board. Glock pulls up, rims out.
Ehlers with a strong board. He's also already got 2 blocks to his name here tonight.
These teams love to get up and down. Ehlers, 3 from the top of the key, doesn't fall. It's staying here.
Excellent hustle play there from Eggy. Not going to show up in the stat sheet as a turnover assist or anything like that, but that hustle is what saved that possession for the Cardinals. How about Gardner on the opposite end, keeping that pivot foot live, reversing the ball, getting a good look.
Bucket for Ehlers.
Tell you what, the Cardinals are lethal with their inbounds plays. Siski's so good at drawing them up, dialing them up on the inbounds.
More tough defense by Crete. Gardner going behind his back. Ehlers finds his buddy Sweetalk for an easy 2.
Too many Warriors rolled the dice, going for the steal, ran out of defenders on the back end. Good on Crete, working through it, attacking the middle of the court.
Wow. And Glock finding Shada.
Excellent 2-man game there. Glock drawing the defender out, gaining some room there, allowing some room for Shada. Nice drive to the rim.
Fade away for McDowell. That is not an easy shot, even though that's how he made it look.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Glock double teamed, and he steps on the sideline right in front of that Crete student section, who made sure to let him know.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to pick up your dribble. That's where other players on the court got to be aware. Get over there, help your guy out.
5-point lead in the first quarter, just under 5 minutes remaining in this 1 versus 2 matchup. Glad you're with us here on News Channel Nebraska. Ehlers heavy off the glass. And Glock stepping out of bounds again.
Yeah, Ehlers wants that one back. Knows he came open at the rim. Like you said, just a little too heavy, a little too much on it. I think he was expecting a little more contact. Defense kind of parted for him.
Great support by the students, making sure Ehlers isn't, overheating.
Don't get too hot too early.
Now Glock on Ehlers. He's doubled. That leaves a wide open Gardner. That's his second from that spot.
Pick your poison. Pick your poison. The Cardinals are dealing right now in Crete, Nebraska.
Timeout Wahoo. 8-point lead Crete. We'll be back. You're watching High School Hoops on News Channel Nebraska.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, Josh Lill with you. Cardinals jumping out to an 8-point lead early.
Yeah, no surprise the Cardinal offense is spinning like a top, but a couple uncharacteristic turnovers. You just saw another one from the Warriors. Kind of a surprise early on here. No, Ehlers holding his knee, went down hard under the rim. Boy, that just kind of sucked the air out of the gymnasium here.
And so we'll take a break here at 4:14 while Ehlers is tended to here on NCN.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
So welcome back, 4:14 to go. You have Carter Renzi at the line, and Ben Ehlers, the senior, helped off by training staff, was not able to put a whole lot of weight on that right leg, looking like a knee injury. Goes without saying. We are hoping and wishing the best for him. We'll see what updates come throughout the rest of the night.
Well, Crete's really going to have to shift their game plan now, giving up a lot of height down low with Renzi checking into the game.
Three from the corner for Barrett Lavallee.
Lavallee, the senior, finds his spot from the corner. Quick trigger. Get the Warriors back in this one. Right idea there. Brigham tried to jump that driving lane, passing lane, but does pick up the foul.
So let's throw down to Josh, who has more.
The player that went down was Ben Ehlers, a starter for the Crete Cardinals. He went down with an apparent injury. He ended up being helped off the court, unable to put any weight on his right leg. The Cardinals will have to have someone step in to fill the shoes of their versatile scorer. On the behalf of our entire crew here, we wish nothing but the best for Ben. Brandon and Andy, back to you guys.
Thank you, Josh. Yeah, that happening right in front of him in our cameras, so we'll see what other developments come from that. Is Justice Gardner, I believe that constitutes on fire. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
He's on fire. That's 3 in a row, no doubt, Brandon.
10-point lead for Crete. We have a foul, and it will stay with Wahoo here.
Yeah, a little bit of a late whistle there. Home crowd might not have liked it, but there was a lot of contact there. I kind of like that whistle. Things are getting really physical in there. They're going to get Alex Mora, the 6-foot sophomore, with the reach in. Or, excuse me, that's Reese Burton, 5'11" senior with the reach in.
There's a second 3 for Wahoo. This time, Jace Kaminsky.
Kaminsky, the sophomore. Similar to another shot we saw just a couple possessions ago. Warriors leaning on that corner 3 ball. Oh, love the effort from Keegan Brigham.
Well, we're out of play. A reminder, this broadcast is made possible thanks to Zollner Ford Lincoln in Beatrice.
Excellent help, defense on McDowell. Still has the nifty footwork to get around his defender into the double team. Picks up the foul. Gonna head to the line.
Foul is on Lavallee. Or Lavallee, excuse me, his first.
Obvious contact, easy whistle there for the official. I think you're going to see head coach Tony Siski start to rotate in maybe a few extra players here and there to try and make up for the loss of Ben Ehlers, the 6'7" senior, multiple year starter who went down with, looked like a tough knee injury.
Interception by Reese Burton.
Wow.
Then Eggy with the basket.
Now that's a senior playing basketball right there, getting to the middle of the court, attacking in transition. No one stepped up and stopped ball, Brandon. Continued that drive all the way to the rim.
There's a third 3, Lavallee, his second.
Oh, Lavallee's not letting up, and back and forth we go.
Basket and the foul. Theo Bowling.
Now, we did mention in the pregame that both teams like to push the tempo. They like to run and gun. Wow, trading buckets here. Cardinals still up 10 though.
Stolen here by Crete. Excellent transition basket. That's Sweetuck with the 2.
Love the decision there from Burton. He was a little too far underneath the rim on the left side. Pass back. Get the assist.
And we're just trading baskets back and forth.
Hessler doing a really nice job, making himself available under the rim. Flashed open, pass right on the money. And Hessler making a play on the defensive end, jumping the passing lane. Delayed whistle there, but a good whistle. Brandon Glock picking up a lot of contact on that drive, splitting defenders, getting to the rack.
Ten-point lead. Glock makes it back to single digits. 3 points for him. No field goals yet for Marcus Glock.
That's what these elite scorers can do. They can score in a myriad of ways. From the foul line is a good way to go if it's tough sledding early on. Get those looks from the foul line.
Stolen again by the Warriors. And there's that first field goal for Glock.
In transition, off the turnover. Love to see that if you're a Warriors fan.
In and out for Eggy. Up and down we go here with 20 seconds to play in the first. Basket for Shada.
Did you see how Simmons lured the defense out, gained the space, beautiful read in transition. Four seconds left to go here. It's a game of runs, and Wahoo is currently on one.
Glock to end the quarter. And the Warriors go on a run. It's a 4-point contest after one. Number 1, Crete 25. Number 2, Wahoo 21. We'll be back here on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Ken's Use Safe Pharmacy in Crete. By Crete Public Schools, home of the Cardinals. And by Crete Lumber.
Brandon Axsmith, Andy Klassen, Josh Lill. Action-packed first quarter. It's 25-21 as we start the second. Initial thoughts?
Well, it's everything that was hyped up to be. You mentioned a couple of runs there. Wahoo getting on a heater to close things out, but Crete able to hold on for a slim 4-point lead to close out that first period. And that's one of the things about Aiden McDowell that you have to admire. He can create his own shot. And against a defense like the Wahoo Warriors, you're going to need that from time to time.
So McDowell now with 5 points. 3 from the free throw line. And you look across the board at the stats. 5 different Wahoo Warriors on the score sheet. 7 different Cardinals.
Unbelievable. We talked about how unselfish these two teams are. Oh my goodness. Eggy can't believe it. Thought he had the block. I think the official's going to say he still got him with the body a little bit. Yeah, the way they share the basketball, don't allow for the opposition, the defense, to hone in on one or two scoring threats. It's also a lot of fun for the spectators.
Now you have your 6th Wahoo Warrior on the score sheet as Kyler Elliott hits his first free throw.
Also seen some really good free throw shooting here tonight. Elliott knocks his 2 down. McDowell, you mentioned him, he scored 4 of his free throws, and I don't think one of them has hit the rim. Nothing but nylon.
Glock with the assist to Simons.
When the Warriors are on a 2-1 fast break, just count it. That's going to be 2 points.
Excellent pass to Bowling.
My goodness, threading the needle. Finding the senior Bowling down the lane all by himself under the rim.
Three from the wing. It's off the front of the iron from Simons. Nearing the 6.5-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Yeah, both teams really like to stay in man-to-man defense, really challenge the other side. Wow.
That's Aiden McDowell for you.
Yep. Utilizing the Euro step there, clearing out, going right down the middle of the lane.
In and out there from LaValle. Gardner bringing it up. Good recovery. It'll stay with Crete. This second quarter is brought to you thanks to O Street Carpet. Be sure to check out Steve Carper and the crew located near 17th and O in Lincoln. O Street Carpet.
Gardner really had to box out for that last rebound, Brandon. That's a welcome sight because he's already hit 3 triples. Sometimes those big fellas like, all right, I'm just going to hang out by the 3-point line. Not Gardner, not tonight. Still doing the dirty work down in the painted area, getting that tough board.
We saw the Euro step from McDowell. Marcus Glock has one as well.
We have 2 of the best scorers in the entire state here on full display tonight.
LaValle with the rebound. And Wahoo turns it over.
And that's what kind of happened to be the start of this game. Wahoo had 2 and 3, kind of uncharacteristic turnovers. Crete took full advantage, able to kind of stretch out a little bit of a lead there before that late Wahoo Warrior run.
High school sports on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Works down low to lane, Wendelin. Open 3, pops out, Wendelin the board. Excellent effort. The inbound attempt goes to Shada.
Defense holds. Crete did a nice job working that ball inside out. Got the look they were after, just in and out.
That's going to be a reach on Sweetup.
That was right in front of the student section. They didn't see the reach, Brandon, judging by their reaction.
I trust them. Well, be sure to stay tuned for our halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. At Sartor Heyman, they help make your jewelry dreams come true.
Good help defense. Good help defense down the baseline.
And one. Jace Kaminsky, what a take.
From the sophomore as well, checking into the game. Mentioned the help defense. Okay, that means you're out of position. Number 1-3, taking full advantage, just kind of gliding across the lane, under control. A little bit of a scoop shot with that right hand.
Excellent look Brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital on that instant replay. At Beatrice Community Hospital, they have incredible care, incredibly close. This will stay here.
So impressed with how both teams, they don't mind extending that man-to-man defense out. Yes, they get beat off the dribble by time to time, but they rely on each other, the back end, to move their feet, get in position, and give nothing up easy underneath the rim. Force that extra pass.
McDowell, he will knock that down more times than not.
Yep. That's just brutal how Crete can utilize that inside out. They work the post, collapse the defense. They have so many weapons. Headlined by Mr. McDowell.
Glock falling down and answers right back.
I mean, we're kind of seeing a two-man game here, aren't we? It seems like when McDowell makes a play, Glock makes a play on the other end.
Gardner, he's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Draws the foul there.
I think the Wahoo fans thought they were going to get a little bit of an offensive shove, not the call.
Foul is on Kaminsky, his first personal. Stolen away, Wahoo with numbers. Glock against Gardner, who is called for the foul.
Brigham did a heck of a job anticipating on the defensive end, kick-starting that fast break, but then understanding, oh yeah, this guy to my left, why don't I go ahead and feed him the ball, let him finish at the rim.
Coach Siski having a conversation, says not quite sure that should have been a foul. He's getting an explanation.
I think he agrees with that student section we brought up over there.
Great atmosphere here in Crete on senior night. There's Kevin Sheaf, both of these coaches, veterans at what they do. Here's another look.
Like Gardner really went down hard. Kind of got the feet out, knocked out from underneath of him. Trying to go for that block.
So Glock did hit his second, so we're tied 34 all. Heavy on the three-point attempt. Gardner
tough.
Long as well.
Really tough shot right there.
Glock splits the defense. That is a long two, and it doesn't matter.
My goodness, able to square up. As you mentioned, splitting a couple of defenders, had another defender in his face. Good from 18 feet out.
So Wahoo with the lead. And McDowell. That's from another area code.
Are you kidding me? And head coach Tony Siski says he can back it out and shoot from a ways away from the rim.
Crete back up by 1. 2.5 to go, and Glock is called for the foul.
Glock with the block, tried to answer with a quick three ball of his own, just off the mark a little bit. My goodness. I mean, you alluded to it earlier, but this is what high school basketball should feel like, should sound like. What a game, what an atmosphere thus far.
Be sure to stay tuned for our halftime show brought to you by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health matters. Travel is called. It'll be Wahoo basketball.
Picked his foot up to try and make that cross-court pass. Officials all over it with the travel.
How about that for Kaminsky?
Kaminsky just has it figured out. Great body control once again underneath the rim.
Deflection ends up in the hands of Bowling, who takes care of the rest.
Bowling just continued his movement towards the rim. Ball went through a defender, just continued right to the rack for the two.
At 3, off the front of the iron from Elliott. And we have Kaminsky who's down. Crete has numbers currently. And a 3 for Wendelin.
The 6'3" senior stepping in, filling a void. Big 3 on senior night.
So let's go down to Josh Lill for more.
Wahoo has found themselves back in this game, tying or taking the lead several times, and that has been in part of Marcus Glock's 15 points. Coach Sheep needs more player movement when setting up the offense, though. As for Crete, they've been moving the ball well and fast, and they need to keep pace with Wahoo. Meanwhile, Ben Ehlers is back on the bench for Crete and is currently wearing an ice pack on his right knee. Ben and Andy, back to you.
Thank you, Josh, and we'll see if Coach Siski tells us anything more about Ehlers' situation, but good to see he's back on the bench at the very least. Under a minute to go, 42-38. Bowling, now back out to Wendelin. 7 on the shot clock. Nothing but net for Sweetalk.
Once again, Wahoo kind of gambled, went for the steal. Crete just kept that ball bouncing around like a pinball. Brandon found a shooter in space.
What a game, what an atmosphere here in Crete, Nebraska as we near halftime. That shot was dangerously close to falling.
Yes,
for
it
Glock.
was.
He gets 2 shots coming up.
And that's by design. We've seen that a couple of times where Crete gets on a roll, the crowd gets loud, and Wahoo just clears out on the other end, allows for the ISO game, and Marcus Glock, he knows how to create, knocking down the front of his free throws that first attempt. Glock's going to get a well-deserved breather here. 20 seconds left in the half. Going to try and protect him, not pick up a foul here.
So Crete looking like they'll hold for the last shot. 5 seconds. McDowell lets it fly. Foul is called.
Plenty of times for a catch, dribble, and shoot. It doesn't have to be a hurried shot here with 2.5 seconds left.
So Eggy checks in for this inbound.
Wahoo's really got to defend that rim. We've already seen that a couple of times. Crete scoring off the inbounds play.
Gardner kicks it out. This would count. Pops out, and we go to halftime. 5 points separating Crete and Wahoo, the top-ranked Cardinals on top. Stay with us here on News Channel Nebraska, our halftime show coming up next.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
It all started long ago, with cattle in mind, and it's still the major focus today of Powder River Livestock Handling Equipment and your friends at Valley Vet Supply in Marysville. They want to provide you with the best equipment. That's why they sell Powder River. It truly does stand the test of time. Powder River is a name you can trust. From cattle handling systems to gates and feeders, Powder River makes equipment for life. Come see for yourself at Valley Vet Supply on Highway 36 in Marysville.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings. And award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil, your first and last stop to and from the game. By USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
From the moment you realized you needed ongoing care, to the long conversations with loved ones, and the scare of having to leave the home you've lived in for so many years, to the moment you realized you didn't have to meeting your caregiver for the first time and those initial fears turning into new friendships, to the moment you felt more supported than you have in a really long time.
Thank you.
We've been here for you, just around the corner. Columbus Community Hospital.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Welcome back here at halftime. Crete and Wahoo in a barn burner. Back and forth we go. 45-40 is your score. Brandon Axman, Andy Klass, and Josh Shalil with you. Andy, your takeaways just from what we witnessed in that first half.
Well, it's been the versatility for the Crete Cardinals on offense that's really allowed for this 5-point lead. The way they can work it inside and outside, the penetration, they can finish at the rim, but they have so many lethal shooters from beyond the arc that can really make you pay. And the way that Wahoo kind of gambles defensively, a lot of on-ball pressure. Yes, they've been able to turn over Crete at times. That allowed for a couple of their runs, but at other times they're really trailing the offensive players, and that allows for some easy looks, either beyond the arc or down at the rim for these Crete Cardinals.
Well, let's take a look at our halftime highlights, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. And here we go. So action-packed first half. It's just been a back and forth from the get-go. Justice Gardner, he is a perfect 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. We may see a few more from him. In fact, this is not the same highlight, Andy. This was just his second of 3 threes.
And then he's still getting work done underneath the rim. He made a couple, seeing another 3 from Gardner, but he had a really tough rebound, disciplined box out. Been impressed with what he's brought to the table here tonight.
Well, Wahoo, they're able to hit threes as well. That's a Jace Kaminsky triple. Wahoo with 4 from downtown in total in the first half. Not only Kaminsky, but also Barrett LaValle. He had 2 threes in the first quarter. Well, we talked about McDowell and Glock basically going back and forth. There's the Euro step from McDowell, and hey, Glock says, all right, I can one-up you as well.
Couple of the most elite scorers at the Class B and C1 level, and Kaminsky, this guy can get it done from beyond the arc, and there you see the body control, maneuvering around defenders.
And here is Glock. Falling down, knocked down the 3. This was after a McDowell 3, in case you were wondering. Glock with 17, McDowell with 14, and this one was, we probably could call that NBA range. I think that's safe to say. So again, Glock, 17 points, leading all scores. Elliott with 2, Hesser with 2, Simons with 2, Shada with 4, LaValle with 6, and Kaminsky with 7. Both LaValle and Kaminsky coming off the bench. McDowell with 14 for Crete. Sweet Talk with 7. Gardner 9. Ehlers with 2 again. He went down with a knee injury. We'll see what his status is the rest of the game. Eggy with 2. Renzi with 2. Bowling with 6. And Wendelin with 3.
Pretty impressive offensive efforts really from both teams. Yes, the stars are shining and shining bright in Marcus Glock with the 17, as you mentioned, 14 from Aiden McDowell, but how everyone else is getting involved in scoring and being aggressive on the offensive end. A lot of times when you see a team with, you know, kind of an all-star type of an athlete, they'll just kind of get lazy on offense and really lean on that 1 or 2 scoring options to get it done. That's not been the case here tonight for Crete and the Wahoo Warriors.
Well, if you haven't, you should be like the 11,000 plus who do. Follow us on what was formerly known as Twitter, now X. Follow us. It's at NCN Sports. That's our handle. We tweet out rankings. We tweet out our broadcast schedule. We tweet out interviews, highlights, scores, updates from across this state. We have a team of announcers and reporters covering TV games, radio games, web games. All of it gets funneled to this handle. And if you follow us right now, we have, where are we at? How many? I think we have about 6 minutes before the second half starts. We've been known to give shout-outs live on the air. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, picture of your TV with the game on. Man caves, we love it all, at NCN Sports. With that, we're going to go to a break. Give us a follow. Shout-outs when we return. Second half basketball when we return. We're about 4 minutes until third quarter action.
The Halftime Report on NCN is sponsored by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health matters.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more. Gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
It's pretty hard to find quicker service, nicer people, or anyone who cares more when filling your prescriptions in Kin's Pharmacy in Crete. After all, the drive-thru makes your wait time minimal, and Kin and Carry are reliable pharmacists. It's so much more. Helpful advice, accurate refills, and a large selection of over-the-counter products. So don't just take my word for it. Try Kin's Pharmacy for yourself, whether it's in the drive-thru, inside, or with mail-out service. Trust Kin's You Save Health Mart Pharmacy to care for you. Kin's Pharmacy in Crete, caring for you and about you.
Heading into the locker room, I had the chance to speak to Crete's head coach, Tony Siski. The team's first concern is obviously for Ben Ehlers, who is wearing an ice pack around his right knee. They said they need to attack the 1-3-1 defense of Wahoo better. Their defensive positioning has not been good, which has allowed the Warriors to make threes. That's what's keeping them in it. As for Kevin Sheaf of Wahoo, their head coach, he said, we have to slow down the Cardinals. They've been better on defense, and look, 45 points and a half is not going to cut it. Brandon and Andy, back to you guys.
Thank you, Josh. And again, you don't want to harp on it too much, but Ehlers being out, what we're assuming, is going to impact what Crete does. Now, the good news for Crete is they are deep, and they didn't seem to miss much of a beat, and the players coming off the bench did step up. Will they be able to sustain that through this second half? That's why we play the game.
Yeah, and Josh made a fantastic point there, talking about the 1-3-1 defense from Wahoo. And so many times it was Cody Hesser at the top point, creating havoc for the Crete Cardinals. I kept trying to mention it, but we had such a fast, high-paced game I couldn't get around, so I am now. Cody Hesser was doing work on the defensive end at the key spot, top of the key, in that 1-3-1.
Glad you're with us on News Channel Nebraska. Glock with 17 in that first half. That first shot from him is heavy. Rebound from Shada, and he is fouled.
Shada did a really good job timing that up, coming off the drive of Glock. With that opening offensive rebound, Warriors going to get another look.
And there's Glock again.
I just don't know what you're supposed to do as a defender there. Turn around, fade away. I mean, not much you can do.
Those who are unaware, Glock is going to Northwest Missouri State to continue his basketball career.
Yeah, lengthy 6'4", that can shoot, get to the rim. A lot of things to like.
There's McDowell.
Yep, and right away, Hesser, the guy I was highlighting, said, "That's on me, coach. Sorry, I went for the steal." Came up empty.
Back to a 6-point lead for Crete. Gardner denying the Wahoo shot at the rim.
But then the lazy pass gives it right back to the Warriors.
3-on-1, and Glock gets it to fall.
And Gardner came up a little gimpy there. I think he stepped on Glock's foot coming down. He's got a little limp to his step.
McDowell again, multiple feet beyond the arc. Excellent rebound, basket, and the foul for Sweetalk.
Sweetalk did a great job getting on the backside of that, getting position, and then boxing out his defender. You do those little things, Brandon. They start to pile up and you get looks. Look at that. Getting the defender on his backside. Goes right back to the rack. Glock a little late with the help defense.
Well, this third quarter is brought to you by Husker Rehab, where they treat the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Husker Rehab, our third quarter sponsor, as Sweetalk completes the three-point play. Glock right back down the other way, and he is hacked by Wendelin.
That first step, and he sets it up so well. He kind of reminds me of a boxer, how he kind of moves his left hand, your eyes go there, and he pops you with the right. It's kind of how Glock sets up his drive. Gives you a little shimmy one way, dashes back the other with a crossover.
Well, he had 17 points in the first half, Glock. He has 5 now. Make it 6. That puts him at 23.
Yeah, no signs of cooling off for Mr. Glock whatsoever.
McDowell, the fadeaway, doesn't drop for him. Sweetalk out on Glock. Now Elliott inside, back to Elliott. Hesser going baseline. He traveled.
Yeah, just kind of lost the handle there down on the baseline. I mean, he's a banger. He's willing to get it, to mix it up with the bigs down there, but he's only a sophomore. I mean, I look at a guy like that, I'm thinking that guy has to be a junior or senior. Oh, they're going to get a couple more years out of him over there in Wahoo.
Gardner wide open. That is 4 for 4 from the three-point line for Justice Gardner.
Fantastic awareness there from Aiden McDowell, understanding, hey, I missed my last couple of shots. why don't I free up one of my buddies? The hot-handed Gardner knocks down another triple.
(54-46) here on News Channel Nebraska. Glad that you're with us, Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, and Josh Lill. A reminder, too, that if you're enjoying our basketball coverage, we have more throughout the week. Obviously, this will wrap up our coverage tonight. Then we're in Norfolk on Friday for Lincoln East taking on the Norfolk Panthers. We will have the East Husker Championships live online Saturday. On TV, we will have the Omaha Supernovas and Game 2 for the professional women's volleyball team. That is our Saturday night coverage, wrapping up everything for this week.
How much fun has that been, televising the Supernovas and the inaugural professional women's volleyball game in the United States? What, Brandon? We're getting to be big-time stuff over here at NCN.
You know, not that we didn't already consider ourselves big time, but when you have John Baylor, when he's on the headset, you've hit another level.
And Nancy Metcalf with the color, just a fantastic broadcast.
And John will be there again Saturday, the Husker voice for the past 30 years. So be sure to tune in for the Supernovas as well. That's a 6 o'clock start.
Sweet Talk with a great move with the takeaway. Aiden McDowell can't finish the nifty move down the left side.
Glock shot was altered. That doesn't go as well. Here comes Crete. It's just a track meet, back and forth. Gardner going against Glock. Has a wide open Sweetalk. Defense closes out. And Gardner with a touch.
Boy, had to be strong with the ball in his hand too there. An arm got in there, nearly lost the handle. Gardner able to recontrol and finish. Sends that lead out to double digits. Cardinals back up by 10. This does kind of feel like a key stretch here, really, for both teams, but a lot of pressure here on Wahoo. You cannot allow the Cardinals to get out and really extend this lead where you dig yourself too deep of a hole.
So Glock unable to hit that as well. 10-point lead for Crete. Wahoo in a little bit of trouble here. Glock leading the 3-on-2, gets around Gardner.
Gardner trying to post up for the charge. Glock's like, nah, I'm just gonna dribble around you, big fella.
And falling down, Sweetalk draws the foul. So now we'll check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Josh Lill.
Brandon and Andy, sometimes the best player on the floor isn't actually the leading scorer. For Crete, it's Justice Gardner, who has 4 threes for the third highest point total tonight of 14. He's been a stable yet reliable option beyond the arc. This is a force that head coach Tony Siski could use to carry his team to victory tonight. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Josh. Certainly never hurts. He's one of 3 players in double digits. McDowell with 17, Sweetalk also with 10.
Yeah, that's, you know, we've talked about the team chemistry, but that last 3 had a lot to do with Aiden McDowell opening up his buddy. That little penetration on the right side drew the defense in. McDowell with a perfect pass, getting it right to Gardner in that triple threat position. Heaved up his 4th 3, knocked it down.
Again, Gardner, solid player, but he averages 6 points a game, exceeding that and more than doubling it already. There's the kick out. Glock blows by Gardner, gets to the rack.
Wahoo doing a nice job playing a little inside-outside game, and that puts a defender in a really tough spot when you're trying to recover and close out on Marcus Glock.
That puts him at 27. Glock exceeding his point-per-game average of 24.
Excellent call there. That last whistle, Aiden McDowell did pick up a lot of contact as he started that drive down the middle of the lane. Crete up 7. This is the kind of a spot where Wahoo needs to start stacking up back-to-back stops. They want to chip away and kind of close this within 3, 4, maybe even 5 points.
So Gardner is fouled. 2 shots. Some Wahoo fans wanted a travel call. They didn't get it.
1-2 at the rim.
A reminder that high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Also presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big ticket items? Currency's here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details.
Gardner does a good job rattling home that last free throw. Knocks them both down, extends that lead back to 9.
Scramble for the ball. It will stay with Wahoo.
Oh, right idea. The recovery defense got there just in time. Brigham on the corner trying to get the ball back inside. Just a half second slow.
Baseline jumper doesn't drop for Kaminsky. McDowell kicks it back around to Eggy. And my, oh my. Aiden McDowell hooping the harm.
I mean, you saw how Crete penetrated, got that ball inside. Looked like Wahoo could kind of regather themselves defensively. Aiden McDowell had different ideas, getting the ball back out on the wing, slicing, dicing his way back to the rim.
McDowell currently with 19. 11-point lead for Crete, and Wahoo will take a timeout. We will as well. 61-50 here on News Channel Nebraska.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Glad you're with us. Under 2 to play here in the third. Crete with its biggest lead of the night over Wahoo, currently at 11.
Good time out there from head coach Kevin Sheath, understanding they need to close this quarter out strong to give themselves a shot in that fourth quarter.
It's Keegan Brigham in for Wahoo. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Brigham heaves it up. It's short. That'll be a violation.
Quite the defensive stand there for the Crete Cardinals. Maybe the best defensive sequence we seen from the Crete Cardinals tonight, and that's saying something. The ball did find Marcus Glock late in the shot clock, and you thought, oh, here we go. But Aiden McDowell stepped up with the double team, really took away that scoring option from the Warriors as time dwindled down out of the shot clock.
And there's a three from Sweetuck.
He's been doing a little bit of everything for the Crete Cardinals here tonight.
Glock gets back to the free throw line. 2 shots coming up.
Just so talented with the ball in his hands. I mean, everybody in the gymnasium knew where Glock was going. Still couldn't stop him.
$28 points and counting for the future Northwest Missouri State product. Under a minute left here in the third. 64-52.
Kind of looks like Crete's understanding the situation here. It's okay to bleed some time and lean on this lead.
That three goes off the ribbon.
As soon as I say that, a deep three goes up with 15 seconds left on the shot clock.
(64-52). You would imagine what you thought Crete was going to do, Wahoo will do now. 15 ticks.
Yeah, Wahoo cleared out, looking for that ISO.
Glock draws the foul. Crete faithful say they're not buying it.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed whistle there. As you mentioned, I think the Crete faithful are thinking Marcus Glock got bailed out by the whistle. I mean, he still saw a lot of contact, though.
And we're now into the 30s for Marcus Glock. 30 points.
Multiple substitutions coming in here for Wahoo. Now, this is where they got to be careful. Oh, you know, 7.6 seconds left. That's plenty of time for Crete to get the ball up the court and get a really good look. Doesn't have to be through transition.
McDowell, 2 seconds, he draws the foul. It's on the floor.
He's gonna get 2.
That's that old 5 fouls rule, the new rule that's been implemented this year. So 2 shots here for McDowell.
The old new rule.
The old new rule, yep, that you love.
I just kind of liked how you had to earn your second one early on.
Well, for what it's worth, had it been the old rule, McDowell earned it.
Well, these two teams and their free throw shooters, they wouldn't have a problem with it. And we've seen that tonight.
20 points for McDowell. Now the shot is off and very close. Brigham just off the front of the iron, and it will be a 12-point game heading to the fourth. Crete 66, Wahoo 54. Don't go anywhere. You're watching High School Hoops on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Ken's Use Safe Pharmacy in Crete. By Crete Public Schools, home of the Cardinals. And by Crete Lumber.
Welcome back to the matchup. First off, you can feel Crete's energy. It's been Aiden McDowell, who's not only been Crete's leading scorer, but he's been the best vocal leader out of both teams on the court. Sometimes it's vocal leadership that can do a lot more than putting the ball in the bucket. As for Wahoo, Marcus Glock's performance has been nothing short of admirable. 29 points for the all-around guard has been pivotal, but will the Warriors' ability to draw fouls keep them in this one? Brandon and Andy, back to you guys.
There's McDowell right on cue, getting to the rack, collecting the foul. He's going to waltz his way back to the foul line.
So Josh highlighting Glock and his 31 points. The issue for Wahoo in that third quarter, they scored 14 points, all of them from Glock. So we saw in that first half there were 6 and 7 scorers. In that third quarter, Crete limited everybody but Glock.
And I don't know if that was by design from head coach Tony Siski, but we've seen that a few times on multiple levels in basketball where, look, there's some talented guys out there. Regardless of what you can do, they're going to get theirs. So go ahead, allow for one player to go off, but limit what the other contributors bring to the table. And that's kind of what Crete did there to separate in that third period.
And Eggy just unable to get that to drop for him. Glock, that pass just not quite able to be handled by Hesser.
Yeah, just kind of led Hesser a little too much, trying to guide him to the rim. Right idea.
Well, this fourth quarter, it's brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at Lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln, our fourth quarter sponsor. 13-point advantage for Crete. They've been able to separate themselves here in the second half. Does Wahoo have enough left in the tank to make a run? Ball ripped down by Simons.
Simons ripping down his fifth rebound. What a pass from Glock.
And he'll get the assist. Elliott with the bucket.
Elliott doing a great job running the court, getting up there, getting behind the defense.
Gardner gets his defender in the air. And it'll be Wahoo ball.
If Wahoo wants to get back in this one, it's going to have to come through plays like you just saw there, scoring in transition. Elliott getting behind the defense. And yeah, it kind of helps when you have a senior point guard who can make a 40-foot bounce pass.
Elliott, who had the last bucket, swings it to Kaminsky. Back out to Glock. And he has long range as well. 34 points for Glock. It's back to a single-digit game.
Don't go anywhere. 8's the score right now.
And Gardner misses the shot, but does get fouled on the rebound.
I think what they're saying is Wahoo tried to get underneath him as he went up for that rebound. We saw him take quite a spill earlier in the game where he landed in a kind of an awkward, tough spot. A little short on the free throw.
And so that foul, it was credited to Simons. He now has 4.
Boy, and he's the leading rebounder for the Wahoo Warriors. That would be huge if he had to exit this game.
$17 points for Gardner after he goes 1 for 2. McDowell is fouled. 3 shots coming up.
Bowling got into him just a little bit, and that contact where you hit the shooter's arm. You just can't do that.
Well, coverage tonight is brought to you in part thanks to Zollner Ford Lincoln, located in Beatrice. Zollner Ford.
And you can just feel that little air of nervousness from the home crowd here as the Warriors are able to pull back within 8. Glock, 35 points and counting. Well, we said at the top of the broadcast, nothing comes easy when you play the Wahoo Warriors. Glock, no doubt about it, knocks down all 3 free throws, back to a 5-point game.
37 for Glock. 6 points separating number 1 Crete and number 2 Wahoo. Here on News Channel Nebraska, 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Gardner, a perfect 5 for 5 for 3.
Perfection from beyond the arc from Gardner, and that was perfection operating an offense. Inside, outside, got the defense a half step behind, opened up that 3-point attempt for Justice Gardner once again.
71-62. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Welcome back. 9 points separating the two teams. 5.5 to play. And my, oh my, Justice Gardner averaging 6 a game. He has 20. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 from downtown.
What a move.
Simons with the bucket.
Playing with great spacing that last offensive possession. Wahoo really stretching out that defense, allowing for the one-on-one drive. Simons taking full advantage.
Wahoo just refusing to go away. There's a travel call.
That's the travel call the Wahoo fans had been looking for. Quick little shuffle of feet.
Five minutes to go. Glock off the iron.
Strong rebound from McDowell.
Gardner getting the offensive board.
Tipped it to himself, looked pretty cool doing so.
Unable to make that short range attempt. Glock to the rack. Wahoo fans want a foul, not gonna get it. Here comes Crete. Defense in transition, scramble for the ball. It ends up in the hands of Burton, who gets the 2.
And how about Aggie with the one-on-one defense against Glock on the other end?
Count the basket. Marcus Glock refusing to let the Warriors go away.
Yeah, Mora trying to play that one straight up, but just worked his body into Glock enough to warrant the whistle.
Let's go down to Josh as Glock gets ready to complete the three-point play.
Marcus Glock now has 39 points with a chance for 40 here at the line. There should be one goal for Wahoo. It's get him the ball. However, they need to continue to battle in moving the ball around in different actions. If they're so direct with the ball over to Marcus, there's a chance that Crete could really just seek it out on defense and take the ball away. Brandon and Andy, back to you guys.
And Josh, he is now at 40, completing the three-point play. What an effort from Marcus Glock. His team though still down 6.
Oh.
That's nearly 9. Huge possession here for Wahoo.
Good discipline on the backside defense, not just collapsing because Glock was looking to drive.
There he goes, draws the foul, it's on the floor. 3rd team foul for Crete.
I mean, that's just a tough spot to be in as you're trying to converge, recover as an extra defender underneath, and you meet Glock at the rim.
And Glock will now shoot 3 shots.
Yeah, officials just didn't like Gardner's little bit of contact here at the end. Gonna get a good look at it here. See where that hand just touched that elbow.
Now we know that Glock has over 1,300 career points. Do not know what his career high is for single game, but we have to be getting really close if he has not already broke it.
And he's been able to score on all 3 levels and from the foul line. From the foul line consistently throughout tonight's contest.
43 for Marcus Glock.
The Warriors and Glock will not go away.
Plenty of time left, 3:15 to go. McDowell, in and out for him, rebound Wahoo.
Simons ripping down his 7th rebound of the contest.
Glock loses it, Wahoo keeps possession. Glock against Gardner, give him 2 more.
Yeah, no doubt he was gonna take that look that close to the rim.
45 for Glock, 2-point game. Foul is called.
Kyler Elliott getting a little too physical with Aiden McDowell, trying to deny him the ball down the right side of the lane.
Be sure to stay tuned for our coaches' post-game interview brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay playing your getaway at GoSarpy.com. No, it's not a 3-point. Is it? We saw the travel. It was, in fact, a foul, so.
Yes.
3-point play opportunity, actually, for Gardner.
Been saying it all night. The inbounds plays for the Crete Cardinals. You gotta defend the rim. They're so good at getting their scorers a free look from those inbound plays.
(75-71), 2:33 to go.
Little body language there to help the ball through the cylinder. Never hurts.
Two more shots for Glock.
Yeah, Wendelin a little overmatched there, trying to pick up Glock beyond the perimeter. Boy, and this is what you want to see if you're a Wahoo fan. The clock is stopped and you got your #1 scoring threat at the foul line again.
.47.
One possession game. Boy, it looked like Crete was going to run away with it there for a minute or two in the third quarter. Gardner for another triple off the mark.
And the three goes for Eggy. That's a big one.
Yep. He's been so close his prior couple of attempts. In and out, in and out. Good to see the young man bounce back, still pulling the trigger with a lot of confidence.
What a game, 2:02 to go. Don't go anywhere, 79-73, Crete.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Welcome back. We're under 2. Glock for 3!
Oh!
50 points for Marcus Glock. It's a 3-point game.
Complete over-rotation by the defense.
Gardner comes right back.
Boy, he has hit another level on the offensive side here tonight.
Off the glass for Glock there. And McDowell makes the basket and is fouled.
You saw that little move, that little lean to the left, and the quick step to his right to split the defender. Look at this. Whoop. Right through him, between them. And true, and one. And he is pumped up, I tell you what.
Wahoo running out of time. And Marcus is fouled.
Another late whistle, but I think it's the correct call here, as you had two officials at different angles. And you had, two different Cardinals impeding the progress, stopping Glock from trying to drive the ball down the middle of the court.
A historic performance, regardless of the outcome of this game, by Marcus Glock. He's now at 51. Based on what I'm seeing currently on the NSAA website and record for points in a game, the list starts at 50. He now has 52, tying his dad, Jason, who also put up 52 in 1991. Everything else that I'm seeing on this list, there is not another Wahoo player who has scored more points in one game than the 52 mark that Marcus has now tied his dad at 52 with, as his team still down by 6.
So impressive what he's been able to do, especially that third quarter. You talk about how he was really the only scoring option for the Warriors throughout that entire period. And we still got plenty of time here, 1:08. Wahoo can continue to drag this game out by scoring from the foul line. We've seen Marcus Glock do that time and time again throughout this second half.
Gardner to inbound.
Wahoo backs off to get away from the full court pressure. Looks like they're doing a diamond in one. Keeping a body with Aiden McDowell. Not a bad idea. What a move.
Big basket. Exactly what you needed. It's Verton.
Vert doing a fantastic job. Oh, unbelievable, Brandon. Marcus Glock with another triple. I mean, the defense was out. They extended out, hand in the face. Pulls it back within 5.
And I can confirm now there is no Wahoo player on this NSAA list that is above 55 points. His dad, Jason, had 52 back in 1991. Marcus Glock setting an individual record for a game scored by any Wahoo player.
Unbelievable.
At 55, and it could still be rising. Historically, Kurt Lauer of Gibbon in 1964, Dennis Lowe of Clearwater 1966, Harlan Plager of Elk Creek in 1957, Dave Kroger of Herman in 1955, Larry Vlasin of Madrid in 1965, and lastly, Jerry Clark of Imperial in 1970. Those are the ones who put up 55 in a game.
Wow.
Shout out to Tyler Lexner, our statistician in the truck. For those wondering, the most ever in a game, that's 102 by Ed Vondra of Brainerd in 1922.
Okay, then.
Marcus Glock, though, with 55. It's a 5-point game.
Excellent job, Crete not buckling under pressure there, attacking the center of the court. You saw Gardner with a little bit of bobble there. Saved it, though, from the double dribble. You saw the late pass around, little pinball action there, trying to drain additional time.
Eggy, big free throw, 6 points for him. 6-point lead for Crete.
Knocks them both down. It was good to see the young man hit that late three there. He was just off the mark a couple of times, bounced right back, hit a big one in this fourth quarter.
Glock's shot is blocked.
You know, Glock is so good and has had such a performance here tonight. You're kind of shocked when a turnaround fadeaway doesn't go through the nylon.
What a game.
Yeah, what a performance, obviously, by Marcus Glock, but also the Crete Cardinals. Let's not forget, Ben Ehlers went down in that first quarter after having a really good start. It was good to see him a moment ago on his feet in the huddle. So those are some positive signs, positive takeaways. Hopefully his injury, he'll be able to bounce back from it and get to play maybe a little postseason basketball with his buddies.
Both drop for McDowell. Glock short from three. And that will do it. 90-81. Your final score. Crete gets the victory over Wahoo despite Marcus Glock going for 50 plus. A great all-around performance and a great game. Stay with us. Our post-game show is just around the corner.
From the moment you realized you needed ongoing care, to the long conversations with loved ones, and the scare of having to leave the home you've lived in for so many years, to the moment you realized you didn't have to meeting your caregiver for the first time, and those initial fears turning into new friendships, to the moment you felt more supported than you have in a really long time.
Thank you.
We've been here for you, just around the corner. Columbus Community Hospital.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way.
Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams, financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil, your first and last stop to and from the game. By USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
To my right, I have the head coach of the victorious Crete Cardinals, Tony Siski. Coach, that was an exhilarating thriller. I think there's a lot of words we can use. First off, how did your team combat a 54-point effort from Marcus Glock?
We knew it was a load. We talked about before the game he's going to make tough shots. We probably reached on him a little bit, but I thought Justice defended him well, and then you look up, he's got 54. I've never told a kid that he's defended well and given up 54 before, but I thought Justice did a good job. Marcus was just unbelievable tonight.
What is it about this team and these moments that you play in high-intensity games that allow you to be ready for district tournaments and the state tournament?
We've played a lot together. A lot of these guys have been playing since their freshman, sophomore years. Then we did a ton in the summer together. We tried to challenge ourselves. We played a lot of Class A teams and put them in situations where they're playing teams like this. And, they're a fun team to coach, and they just continue to compete together.
The player to my left, Justice Gardner, 25 points tonight. What can you tell me about Justice, not just the player, but the person?
He's a great kid. We'd take 12 of them, 15, I don't know. But it's good to see him step up offensively tonight because he's capable of that. Justice is very unselfish. He's willing to guard the other team's best player, sometimes too unselfish and defers, but tonight he stepped up, made shots when we really need him to. I thought he played really well.
Coach, congrats on the win tonight and good luck on the rest of the road.
Thank you.
Justice, we talked about it, 25 points, but 5 3-point field goals. What is it about you or your teammates that push you to perform like that off the court?
I got great teammates. Aiden's always telling me to get in the gym. I'm always getting in the gym. My dad, he's telling me to get in the gym. It gets shots up.
What's the pressure like of now being 18-0 and remaining the top team in Class B? What are the expectations like?
We try to not think about the expectations, stay away from that. It really helps, not thinking about it. But we got to keep pushing forward, stay 18-0.
What is so special about this team? You guys fight in these gritty moments and come up on top.
They're special. I like them. I like hanging out with them. My juniors, they don't play a lot, but I like hanging out with them, and the team's really gritty, yeah.
Justice, congrats on the big win tonight and the performance. Good luck down the road.
Thank you.
Brandon and Andy, back to you guys.
Thank you, Josh. Outstanding performance by Justice Gardner, our Nebraska Orthopedic Center player of the game. At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they are your healing destination. Again, 25 points, perfect 5 for 5. And yes, there was a free throw missed somewhere, so we do have to take 1 point away from Marcus Glock's performance. Not 55, but still 54.
Unbelievable.
A record-setting night, all the same in what he did.
Nearly willed his team to victory. I think he was the only scorer in that third period coming out of the halftime break. What an all-time performance, and just about enough, but not quite enough. The Crete Cardinals were up to the task, defend home court at senior night.
Well, let's take a look at how this wild game went down by reviewing our top plays brought to you by Currency. If you need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items, Currency is here to help. Find out more at gocurrency.com. 1 versus 2 matchup on a Thursday night in Crete, Nebraska. Number 1 Crete in Class B hosting number 2 Wahoo in Class C1. There is Jabin Gardner. He made several threes. That was the first. 2010 Crete early on. You have a 3-point shot knocked down by Barrett LaValle. He had 6 points all in the first quarter. It would be 25-21. Crete after one. Aiden McDowell, he's really good at basketball. He had 21 after 3. finished with 26 on the evening. Still in the second, we're trading baskets. There is Marcus Glock. He scored a lot, 17 at halftime. Glock answering, or McDowell rather, answering back. These two are trading blows. There is Marcus Glock again. He's going to play at Northwest Missouri State, and they have themselves a good one. McDowell, why not? Throw it up from NBA range. At halftime, it's 45-40 Crete. There's Gardner again. He went 5 for 5 from downtown. He averages 6, put up 25 in this occasion. There is Marcus Glock. This quickly in the second half turned into the Marcus Glock show. He scored all of the points for Wahoo in the third quarter, and all but 4 points for the Warriors in the second half. Back up, this is one of the 2 field goals not from Glock. Glock assisting Kyler Elliott on this one as we're trading baskets. Marcus Glock again. Do you want to know how many points Marcus Glock scored? He scored 54 points, surpassing his dad's single-game record at Wahoo of 52 that was set back in 1991. Would it be enough? Not if Crete had anything to say about it. Gardner with another 3 there. Glock not giving up. Again, I repeat, 54 points for Marcus Glock, but this really put the one in game away. Trace Eggy with the 3. Crete keeping Wahoo at arm's length. Again, more 3s from Glock, scoring all but 4 points for Wahoo in the second half. And it would not be enough. Crete continuing to make baskets down the stretch. There's McDowell putting him away with the 3-point play. And these would be points. 51, 52, 53, and again, that total 54 for Glock wasn't enough. Excellent game. Crete improves to 8-0 on senior night. Your final score, Crete 90, Wahoo 81. The Warriors drop to 12-4. Andy, a lot to unpack. Wow. We know we watched some great basketball, amazing individual performances. Have to hand it to Crete as well, despite Glock going for 54. They never wavered. They kept them at arm's length and made the plays down the stretch when they needed to.
No, I just think understanding that sometimes there's superstar players and they're going to get theirs. Their ability to limit what everyone else could do on the offensive end kind of made the Warriors one-dimensional, and it was almost enough to knock them off at home. Aiden McDowell, phenomenal game. Did a nice job getting others involved like Justice Gardner, tonight's player of the game, who came up huge in the absence of Ehlers, who went down with that injury early on. Hopefully that young man's going to be back at it. We saw him on his feet, back on his feet, joining his team in the huddle. That was a good sign, but you got to think the Crete Cardinals and Wahoo Warriors, after what we've seen, what we witnessed here tonight, they're as good as advertised.
That will do it for our Thursday night coverage. Hope you enjoyed it, and again, we have more coming for you on Friday. Norfolk hosting Lincoln East in a girls and boys doubleheader, and pro volleyball on Saturday. Omaha Supernovas hosting the San Diego Mojo. We'll be live from the CHI Health Center in Omaha for all of the action as well. For our terrific producers, Danny Alvarado and Tyler Lechner, for our terrific camera crew, I'm Braden Axman. Andy Klassen and Josh Lil. We'll all see you next time here on News Channel Nebraska.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.